Howdy folks, it is Hayden Poor, and today I'm going to discuss the city of Cameron Park. Even though it is in El Dorado County, the same county in many of the Gold Rush towns, it is not a Gold Rush town. In fact, the history of this town started a century after the Gold Rush, in the year of 1952. The land was originally a collection of ranches which were the Flying G Ranch and the Hollister Ranch, the main ranch comprising most of what is now Cameron Park. I recently had the opportunity to talk to the son, Mr. Richard Hollister, who came to Cameron Park when his family, who ran a 62,000 acre ranch in Santa Barbara, bought the land when he was 8 years old. They bought it in 1949 to operate a ranch and added the reservoir now known as Cameron Park Lake, used as a reservoir to water the cattle on the land that is now the air park. The house they lived at was where the now shuttered Rite Aid building is at, across the street from the old Skinner Wine Cellar building at the intersection of Cameron Park Lake and Starbuck Road. Then, as the cattle market dried up, they sold it in 1952 for $56 an acre to Larry and Ruth Cameron, who bought the land to relocate their 300 head of cattle from their land in Sacramento County, which was being developed as the Sacramento region grew. It interestingly started as a refuge and a new home for a rancher who was being displaced by the expanding Sacramento metro. But Larry Cameron was no ordinary rancher. He was a champion rider for the rodeo, traveling the circuit around the United States, even traveling with the Bailey and Barnum Circus, and met famous people such as professional boxer and world heavyweight champion of 1919 through 26, Jack Dempsey, and 1934 through 35 champion Max Baer, who also became some of the early lot owners of Cameron Park. Cameron had owned a successful Pontiac dealership in North Sacramento, which became the world's largest volume auto retailer in 1957, partly due to his Hollywood connections. Interestingly, after Larry tried operating a ranch in the area, he decided to build his ideal community with a country club and a top-rated golf course, a recreational lake, a neighborhood comprising small ranches, an air park where you could live at and fly your plane out of your own garage. I believe it was ahead of its time with being a master plan community with so many recreational opportunities and nice homes and ranch-style living, which I believe gave it the nickname, a special place to live. It was being planned before the Sacramento metro expanded to this area, and before Folsom really had any significance as an economic center. Many workers had to commute 15 to 20 miles to Rancho Cordova or Sacramento for work. So that is why I believe this community got its big boost and kickstart with the opening of US 50 as a freeway. First, making the commute easier, and second, it was positioned to become a truck stop with the Red Coach Inn opening in the early 1960s, which eventually became the popular Sam's Town, which operated until 2002. Sam's Town was run by Sam Gordon, a popular regional restaurant owner, which he expanded the initial Red Coach Inn to include, along with the existing restaurant, a general store, an arcade, and a museum for his antiques. Cameron Park even today is a convenient stop on the way to Lake Tahoe, with restaurants, gas stations, and 2 motels to satisfy travelers on the road. Cameron Park has had a rich history in the sport of golf, having the Cameron Park Country Club, an 18-hole golf course which still operates to this day. My father started his first job and my mother worked at the country club back in the 1980s before they got married. Arnold Palmer, the world-famous golf champion, had his own golf academy in Cameron Park, which unfortunately only lasted 3 years, and after unsuccessful reopenings of the golf course, and which eventually became the site of where the Bel Air grocery store and CVS pharmacy shopping center is at today. The Bass Lake Golf Course operated nearby from the 1990s to 2015. Cameron Park has one of 428 residential air parks in the United States and of 28 in California. It is unique to the area because it is the only one I know of in the Sacramento area and the only one I have seen personally that is as substantial in size. It is also home to Julie Clark, a living legend in aviation and aerobatics. I have lived in Cameron Park since 2016 and has been a major part of my life living in El Dorado County long before then. I have attended church, participated in several events, programs, played at the Krista McAuliffe Park several times as a kid, and where many of my friends live at. I enjoy Cameron Park because it is close to the Sierra Nevada mountains and close to activities in the Sacramento region. It has beautiful rolling hills and oak trees, and is often considered the area above the fog and below the snow, leading to fairly pleasant weather all year long. I believe these things help make Cameron Park a special place to live. Before I close, I would like to thank Beverly Campbell and Karen Guthrie for providing me with information about the town's early years through their book, which I would recommend reading, called Building a Community, Cameron Park, a Special Place to Live. I hope you enjoyed learning about Cameron Park, and thank you for watching.